What's going on to all my DC fans? DC fans, stand up. ComiC-Con 2022. What's going on, everybody? Elliot here from Movie Files. You know how we do it. We love DC. We bleed DC colors, and we had Comic-Con today, and we talked about it earlier this week. Speculations. What can we expect? What do we hope to expect? We already knew that Shazam's going to be there, which we'll talk about. Black Adam. I saw some of the images. The Rock came out in full costume, which was dope, and just interacting with the audience. I would imagine it was very electrifying because he is the people's champ, if I might remind you all. But there was a particular rumor that came out this week from Deadline that there was rumblings that a particular individual with an S on his chest might appear at Comic-Con, and it didn't seem to be the case, which we'll talk about that as well. But hey, before we get into today's live kind of recap of what we got for DC, and I plan on doing one a little bit later today for Marvel as well, because I anticipate we might get a little bit more than what we got with DC today. But hey, that's another, it's a conversation for later today. But hey, like the video, let's get all the DC fans in here. Let's have a good discussion, a good, healthy, fun discussion. It's not a matter of being disappointed. It's just a matter of being excited for what the future holds for DC. So let's like the video, share the video. This is a live stream, so go ahead and leave your thoughts, your comments, your concerns, your highs, your lows, and everything in between in the comments below. I planned on doing this yesterday as far as just setting everything up, but time got ahead of me, so let me tweak some things for the stream and we'll get things going. But again, we are talking everything DC. I have some Twitter little thing pulled up here, so we'll kind of run through that and go over again all the stuff that we got today, which again was Shazam: Fury of the Gods. We got a new trailer, we got some comments by Zachary Levi. Would he like to team up or fight alongside with Superman one day? As well as again, we got the Black Adam stuff, which we got a trailer, which I haven't seen that trailer though, so we'll be looking at that trailer here. Hopefully the YouTube, Warner Brothers snipers won't pull the stream down, but we'll take that chance. We'll see what we got here. So we're gonna check out that trailer live because again, I haven't seen the Shazam trailer. I just saw some of the photos from him on set with a suit and some of the quotes he said about the film. So you guys will get my kind of live reaction of the Black Adam trailer here in a bit. And I saw Shazam. I don't know if we'll play that. We might, depending on if you guys want to see it again. And then we'll just talk about the future of DC, and but we'll see where this conversation takes us. So I think we're all good in the back. We got Tony Movie Chappie, sadly, no Henry Cavill announcement, but the new Black Adam teaser was awesome and better than the first one. We'll check it out, Tony. Like I said, I haven't seen it quite yet, but we will give it a watch. What's good, my guy? What's going on, Natural Bridge? How we doing today? All right, so let me pull up this, share this screen here for a second. Let's pull this up here. We got it there. And one of the main people I follow on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter a lot, but discussing film, they always come with the great stuff. So let's scroll down to the beginning of time. All right, so the first panel we know we got today was Shazam. So let's scroll down and see what they gave us today. Let me see. Let's see. What was it? Zack Snyder will co-star himself in Teen Titans Go. Okay, that's interesting. Zach, just leave DC alone, man. Just go, Zach. Just live your life, my friend. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's see. A lot of Shazam stuff. Okay, a lot of quotes, a lot of pictures. We got the trailer. Where are we at? Okay, here we go. I think this is when they first started. Okay, yep. All right, so let's start off by talking about Billy and his crew, his family. Let's see. Would you guys prefer the bigger screen? Yeah, we'll do the big screen. You guys don't need to see my face. See my face all the damn time. Let's see here. So first things first, we saw Zachary Levi coming out on stage. What's up with the Hawaiian shirts today? I know The Rock was wearing, some kind of Miami 80s style. Okay, let's see. It's coordination. I don't know. They didn't. When we'll go through, I don't know if The Rock and Zachary Levi. I don't think they came on stage together at all, which kind of a missed opportunity. But Zachary Levi appeared on stage here, getting the crowd excited. Rachel Ziegler, who I actually like. I've only seen one thing of hers, which is Steven Spielberg, the musical film, which is incumbent on West Side Story. I saw her and she was great in that. I really enjoyed her. And what's this quote here? Open up a small clip with Rachel Zegler's character asking, "How did the Shazam family meet?" Billy says, "Comic Con." That's funny. She says, "What is Comic?" That's pretty funny. So some self meta nature there. That's very interesting. And I don't. And again, we'll rewatch the trailer because I don't remember seeing her in the trailer because I'm not sure what part she's going to play in this film. She might be part of the Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu's character, like the Sisters of Atlantis or something like that. So we'll check them out. We've seen this picture. This was almost like they put this out like a year ago. And the suits, by the way, just to give you all my kind of personal opinions on Shazam, I enjoy the film. Right? It's not breaking new ground. It's a fun family, charming, charismatic, fun film. Doesn't hurt anyone, right? It's not the best film, but it's also not the worst film. To me, the way I put Shazam, as far as just kind of how I compartmentalize these DC characters within the realms of the films. Shazam is like an Ant-Man to me, which is no disrespect to Ant-Man. I do enjoy that character as well, but to me, they're more of like the family fun, type of films within their own IP. So again, I thought Shazam had a good message and some okay performances, some okay storylines. But I'm a big fan of horror, so David F. Sandberg and his tinge of horror that was sprinkled throughout the film was pretty interesting. So as far as the sequel goes, I'm here for it. I'm a DC fan, so I'm going to check it out regardless. I think it's a Christmas film too, so I'm a big, I love a good Christmas story as well. So, but going to these suits, man, these are upgrades, man. These are huge upgrades. I wish I had a side by side, but compared to the first one, you can obviously see that the budgets went up. The costumes are more clean, more sleek, very, you know, I don't want to put any more wound on the salt. We'll get to that a little bit later, but very Henry Cavill, Superman, organic type of suits that fit the characters more, clean. And like I said, this looks great. I love the costumes. I love what we got here with the Shazam family, which is cool to see. Let's see here. We got a photo of one of our main villains, which will be Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu. Big fan of her. She's just, I love seeing kind of these our renowned actors having fun, right? And that's where I think a lot of these actors that are joining DC and Marvel, where before they might have raised an eyebrow or like you're playing a superhero, okay, your career's over. Like we're past that, I think, at this point. Of course, you have your Martin Scorsese, who's one of my favorite directors of all time. They have their thoughts on the superhero comic book realm, but I think of Helen Mirren and many other Alexander, or not Alexander, but what's my man's name from Winter Soldier? I can't think of it right now. But even him joining DC or Marvel and many other various actors joining the pantheon of these characters. They want to have fun, right? It's just like they've been getting Oscars and they just want to have their grandkids or their kids being like, hey, my mom or my dad or my grandmother or grandfather are a superhero. So that's pretty cool, man. They get to put on suits and costumes. A lot of these actors come from theater, so they probably can channel in their older or their younger selves and just have fun. So that's what's up. That Helen Mirren is in here. What is this here? We just saw the first trailer, which includes a joke from Fast and Furious. Okay, well, I might not play it without sound because I don't want them to be sniping this stream here.
I don't deserve.
Let me minimize it.
I'm being honest. Like,
what am I even? Because I'm sure you guys have seen the trailer already, but just to kind of take a look at it again. I'm excited for it. I do. It's just funny they acknowledge.
And I'm just me.
They acknowledge the DC, the greater DC universe with Aquaman and Batman and Superman, but they still haven't acknowledged like what version of those characters are there interacting within the film. But it's cool to see the family again. I really enjoyed that element of the first Shazam, the Shazam family, the orphan family, him and his mom relationship, and at the end of the film, spoiler alert, he has people now to call family, which is pretty cool. I thought he died in the first one, which, by the way, speaking of the first one, why isn't Dr. Savannah, Mark Strong's character, in that little bug? I can't think of the name because I'm not a big Shazam comic book reader, but I'm wondering if they were the ones that unleashed these gods and unleashed other gods that we see, or these dragons and these mythical supernatural creatures. I wonder if Dr. Savannah has anything to do with that. If that's going to be revealed. And this is the whole family. Obviously she's the the mother of Jason Statham's character Shaw in the Fast and Furious franchise. So I like that little joke that they threw in there. But yeah, Christmas movie, you can obviously see the budget went up, like tremendously went up. Like they gave them a little bit more money to play with, which is cool. The film wasn't like wildly successful. There's Rachel Ziegler, so we're gonna get a little bit of her in the trailer. Like I said, I assume she's like a sister, the good sister between the villains of the film. But yeah, you can see the budget. They definitely got a boost in their budget. But again, I think it made only 500. Like that's a lot of money, considering that I think the first film was like $100 million budget in the first place. But you can tell they probably gave them at least like 150 this time around. And I think the second one's going to do better financially, if I'm being honest with you all. I know it has some pretty stiff competition with December 21st. Is that like a couple days before Avatar? So I don't know if that's like the smartest idea, but I think there's enough of the audience to share, because I remember that conversation with too many movies being out at one time with Amazon or Aquaman, Mary Poppins, Spider-Man, and there was something else that came out in 2018, and all those films came out within like a week of each other, and each of them had a good amount of box office returns. Especially, we know Aquaman made $1 billion out of those bunches of films there. But we'll see if Shazam. I confidently can say I feel like Shazam, which by the way, let me just look it up here. Box Office Mojo with the first one. I want to say it was less. It was 500 or less. I know it wasn't more than 500 million as far as their box office return goes. So that was 2019. Oh wow, I was way under. So the first Shazam made 300. Here, let me share the screen with you all so you can see what I'm looking at here as far as box office is concerned. Let's see. So the first Shazam was 366, which again is not bad. The budget was 100 million. You take in your advertisement and all that, and the be fair, the film didn't have like the biggest stars, so they didn't have like to pay out like huge amounts of money for the stars to be attached to it. But 366 isn't bad. I mean, again, go back to here, just kind of show you all as far as we always talk about Marvel versus DC. First Captain America movie made like less than 400, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 377. So just to kind of put that in perspective, and then look at and listen, me saying this, Captain America is my favorite Avenger, so to put that in context. So the first phase one, Marvel, obviously 2011, the first Captain America was 140 million to make, and again, I say only, but obviously only compared to what it made in the future. Winter Soldier was like 750, Civil War was over $1 billion. So the first Captain America only made 370, and Shazam made 366. So again, it's not like crazy, all bombed at the box office, but that's respectable numbers. And again, I would imagine this Shazam 2, I doubt that they have that information available, but I would imagine they gave them a boost. Yeah, they don't have that. I would imagine it's probably like 150. This new one, because it looks clean. Like I said, the CGI looks clean. The visual effects look clean. The story looks bigger. It looks like it's going to have a little bit more of that mystical elements and more of the gods, maybe some cameos. Who knows? But, overall, like I said, as far as Shazams go, I'm going to be there. I'm going to check it out. David F. Sandberg, Fury of Gods. It's a sequel now. We got there it is. Well, so we get more money and we spent it all. There you go. So they got more money to play with. Let's see what the kids here. Jack was on stage. Did the whole cast come out? Let me see. You got the director. You got Billy. Jack. Who's that? Is that Lucy Liu? We got Zachary. So, okay, half of the cast. They didn't bring the entire family out there, which is cool. People got things to do. Let's see. Billy Ben's just okay. So the storyline sees him scared because the adulthood is on the horizon. He's afraid of growing old. So that's one thing I want to talk about. So I know some of the criticisms, and I definitely kind of agree with this criticism as far as the first Shazam, that the actor, what his name, Ashton or something like that. I can't think of the kid's name that plays Billy, but he was more mature than Zachary Levi, who was supposed to be the more, the adult version of the character. So it was kind of the reverse, where you think that Billy would be more childish and more, and he had his moments, right? He was breaking into stuff, and you've seen the film. I gotta, rehash the movie, but he seemed to be he played the part differently than his counterpart, who was supposed to be the more mature version of him. Like if he were to gain these powers, yes, he's gonna have fun and whatnot, but it was almost it was borderline goofy. For my Thor fans, he was kind of channeling his inner Thor kind of goofy side of himself. But what I'm really intrigued to see is with this timeline of this adulthood. I wonder, will, we talk about Stranger Things, these kids have grown up, right? But in the same goes with this cast. I wonder if they're gonna, this film came out in 2019, if they're gonna play into, it's been 3 years. He's maybe honed in some of his, because if you saw the trailer, he seems still kind of goofy. Like he still doesn't know how to control his powers, how to, really be that superhero that we want him to be. And I'm as I'm saying this, I just realized I haven't been sharing the screen to what I've been reading here. But let me share this screen again with you all. But I'm just really curious to see if they have, if David F. Sandberg has adjusted that, where Billy is still a teenager going into adulthood, as the plot line saying that we're going to dive into that elements. But I wonder if the balance is going to be there, where Billy's more of the teenager, and then him coming to Shazam, he's going to be a little bit more mature than when he was in the first one. So I'm really intrigued to see what that dynamic is going to be this time around. Let me check what you guys are saying in the chat. By the way, did you guys see? Yeah, I talked about that. And again, I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I'll say it. I have no problem saying that. 300, Watchmen, the director's cut of BVS, and Justice League, his cut. I'm a fan of his work. But yeah, I just wish that he would just kind of move on, do the zombie stuff, do some other projects. He has his whole space movie, but just leave DC alone, Zach. Just live your life, my friend. But yeah, I saw that he's going to be in that. But shout out to my man Brandon from Just My Opinion Reviews. I'm so excited for this Black Adam. Yeah, we'll get into that here in a little bit, because I did not see the trailer, so I'm going to probably, and again, fingers crossed that the YouTube snipers aren't out here taking the stream down. But we're going to look at that here in a little bit. But shout out to B with the super chat, showing some love. And if you guys aren't too familiar, Just My Opinion Reviews, check him out on YouTube. Movie reviews, TV reviews. He has a weekly live stream that he does every single Sunday, so definitely show him some love. Shout out to you, B. And he'll probably be doing a recap on his show probably tomorrow, if not today. I'm not sure what his schedule is, but yeah, definitely check him out. Which should be interesting. Let's see here. Let's see. Tony Movie saying it's great to see Lucy Liu back. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Charlie Angels. Yep, it's been a minute since she's been in something this big. Thumbs up. Yeah, like Brandon said, guys, if you're watching us, we're 18 minutes in, 44 people watching live. DC fan stand up. We're going to talk about the highs and the lows of today, and maybe some of the disappointments, but definitely give the video a thumbs up, share the video, and we're live, baby. So go ahead and throw your chats, your comments in the chat, your pros, your cons, your thoughts, your theories, and everything in between pertaining to DC, obviously. And then we'll talk Marvel probably a little bit later tonight with another live stream. But yeah, what's going on? The Bin Zone. What's up, man? Phase one of Marvel. Exactly, man. A lot of people forget that. So yep, what's going on? Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're doing good. The Rock said in Q&A. Okay, we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that, because we're going to transition to that a little bit later. What time is Marvel? Marvel is, because I'm Central Time, Marvel's at 7 my time, which means it's 8 East Coast, which means it's 4 West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that'll be later tonight. Mr. Miller, Watchmen direct. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Watchmen. So, all right, let's see what else do we got here. What else do we got? Lucy Liu, she's on stage. She's Lucy Liu. Look at her, man. She is so gorgeous. I'm such a big fan of her. I'm so glad she's back in the limelight. I think the last time I saw her was like a Netflix. It was like a rom-com. So I'm glad to see what she's doing. Hopefully she can, stick around, and see what we got there. Okay, so they weren't in attendance, but they did have like a visual, a little call in. And again, we didn't get much Rachel, so I'm assuming that she's got some stuff in her palms here. What is that? Some power sets. So I assume she's the sister. Yeah, she's all decked up. That suit looks clean, by the way. Ooh, nice and clean. Let's go that budget. That budget coming up again. She looks dope, man. Yeah, I would assume, just based on this costume, that she's probably a sister of the villains of the film, Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren. So she's probably like trying to stop her sisters or whatnot. What did Helen say? I absolutely love playing. That's funny. And again, we got the family, and again, the suits are looking a little some coloring. Because compared to the first image here, there's probably some color correction going on. It looks a little bit more faded out than that photo that we looked at earlier as far as the costume design. So I would imagine they're still working on the film as far as visual effects. Because if you take that picture and we look at a little bit earlier, it just seemed a little bit more, those look like darker and more refined. But then in the trailer, in that photo that I just showed there, this looked a little bit faded out. So again, they're probably color correcting the films coming out in 6 months or 5 months from now, so I'm sure it'll be cleaner when we see him in December. But here they are, and again, from the trailer, it seems like they're all kind of branching off the rest of the family, which they're heroes. They want to do their own thing. But Zachary Levi is saying he's trying to get the family back together or whatnot. So look at these kids, man. They were little babies 3 years ago. Now look at I can't think of the main dude name. It's like Ashton or something. I mean, this dude looks like he's like 19, 20 years old. Geez, kids grow up, man. They grow fast. But there's the family, which again, what I said earlier was I enjoyed that element of the film. Let's see, Zachary Levi. He says here, when asked about Shazam, will he meet/fight Superman? I can neither confirm or deny questions as these, so no. Well, we'll talk about that a bit later here about the lack of this man in today's panel. We'll talk about that later. I know a lot of us have thoughts about that. Yeah, there's the Zack Snyder thing. He will be guest starring in Teen. I don't even watch that, so I don't really care. Astro Angel. I couldn't remember his name. The Astro Angel. There he is here again. I mean, my man looks like a man. He literally looks like a man. The kid is not even a kid anymore. I mean, this kid is like, he looks like he's older than Zachary Levi. So we'll see how that dynamic plays around this time. And this was the shot in the trailer where he throws the truck at the dragon, and little funny jokes here and there. Him talking about the family and the Shazam family that didn't pop up there. And speaking of Shazam and family and popping up, I wonder what, again, we know DC is figuring stuff out, but I just wonder the scale of this film in the sense of the greater DCEU. Is it going to be, again, in the actual trailer, he mentions Aquaman, he mentions Batman, and I think he mentions The Flash. Will they factor into at the end of the film? I know there was rumors by the time that the Flash film comes out, there's going to be a new Justice League. And I think one of the members had Shazam, or at least the rumor was Shazam was going to be a part of that league. So I wonder if there's going to be, this is me putting on my speculation, obviously take this with a grain of salt, but this is just me theorizing that by the end of Shazam 2, post-credit scenes maybe, we know that Superman came to the lunch table, right? What if like a Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot pops up, and maybe they don't even show her face. They do a very similar thing, kind of poking fun of like, we can't show you who it is, but we're alluding to, with her lasso and her whole get up on, and we just see it from her behind her. She's saying, hey, we're looking to recruit some folks, alluding to them recruiting him to be a part of the Justice League, which Zachary Levi is going to really have to sell me in the second one on just like him being in the same, sphere of any of the Justice League members. So we'll see what comes of that. But what is this Zachary Levi on the possibility of Shazam 3? I hope so. If you guys go to see this one and you like it, then there is a good chance the bosses will make. Yeah, I mean, we all know that. Green, dollar. So again, we know that the first Shazam made 370. I would say I can imagine this one making at least 500, if I'm being honest with you all. I can see this one doing pretty good numbers, especially from what I've heard too. They've had some screenings, some test screenings, and I've heard it was really good, positive stuff to be said. Again, compared to the last few years when we haven't been able to go to the theaters, I think families will go out to the theaters to see a Shazam, to see an Avatar, and all the other stuff that will be coming out during that time of the year. So I definitely, you've heard it here. I anticipate Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods making at least 500 million. You heard it here first. Let me know your thoughts in the comments for those watching live as far as your predictions on box office success. Okay, so let's see. Zachary Levi on the possibility of Shazam fighting Black Adam. No idea. Next question. We'll talk about, because why wouldn't one of these characters step up on other person's stage and just kind of create that buzz and that electricity in the air? I don't know, man. They need some better marketing people out there. Lucy Liu talks about being a part of DCU. It's exciting. Being a woman of color, that's awesome. I love that. And again, I'm a big fan of her as an actress, and I hope we get more of her in the DCU. I hope it's not a one and done type of thing. So yeah, that was the rest of their panel. Look at that face. It's a weird face. That is the end of the Shazam panel, Fury of the Gods. And then we'll get into this guy here who came dressed up as Black Adam. I love it. All right. So before we get into Mr. People's Champ out there, what do you all think about Shazam? Fury of the Gods. We got the trailer. The synopsis kind of gave us an illusion that Billy is afraid of growing up. He doesn't want to approach adulthood. Meanwhile, he has to deal with these sisters that have been awoken, which, I said that I would assume they were brought back due to Dr. Savannah, which was played by Mark Strong, and that little caterpillar character, which I know in the comics like super intelligent and is like a big foil for Shazam in the comics. So I wonder if they released those gods and if there are other gods that they released. But I'm, overall, before we jump into Black Adam, I'm going to check it out. December 21st is going to be a fun film. We saw the budget went up for sure, which gets me excited. The visual effects can match with hopefully a good story, fall in love with these characters again. And then again, just far as what's next for the character, maybe they allude to Shazam entering the greater DCEU, if there is such a thing at this point in time of Disney or Warner Brothers Discovery and all that stuff. And it's going to be very intriguing to see what comes of it, because I don't even think, again, and we'll talk about Black Adam, is Black Adam in the same universe as Shazam? Like, is it again? And we know the Flash film's coming out next June. Is that going to be? Which, in a perfect world, if they, Ezra Miller, wasn't doing all their shenanigans, Shazam or Flash would have potentially been out this year. And, I know they blamed it on visual effects, which played into that as well, but also that we know that them is running amok. That film was supposed to be the catalyst for the next phase of the DCEU, and we're supposed to be able to connect the dots, like, okay, we got a new Superman, maybe we got our, Ben Affleck is phased out and he's replaced by my man Michael Keaton. We got Batgirl, we got Supergirl. So that was supposed to be the plan. So it would have probably made sense that Shazam is now in another universe, and now Black Adam's in this universe and all that stuff. But we now have to wait. It's such a the Flash thing is a whole nother conversation, whole nother stream within itself. But I think that was probably the plan. But it's kind of all mucked up now. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Let me know how you all felt about Shazam and the stuff that we got today. Hashtag bring back Henry Cavill. I mean, at this point, I don't know. Do you think here? So we'll get into that. We'll get into that here because we didn't get that today. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to, and again, guys, for everyone 53, you all tuning in live, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, share the video. I didn't even really promote this because, again, I wanted to do this. I'm like, yeah, we should probably go live, but I didn't have time to set up the stream like I wanted to. But let me actually put out a little post where we can get some more DC fans in here and have some really deep dive DC conversations about what we got today and what we hope to get in the future. So give me a second. Let me just do a late promotion on all this stuff now and get some conversations going. Join the fun. Put a little Shazam in there. But let me know, like I said in the chat, if you guys are excited for Shazam, Fury of the Gods. What are you hoping to get from this character moving forward? And is it a missed opportunity that The Rock and my man Zachary Levi didn't get on stage together just to be like, hey, man, yo, what's up? Are we going to cross paths or what? Are we going to do this or what? So I think it was a missed opportunity to say the least. But all right, got it on there. Let's get back to the chat. All right, so let's talk about Black Adam. This is what we came here for, right? First off, this fool, and when I say fool, I say that in a like kind way. This dude here, I'm a Rock fan. I talked about it in the stream earlier this week when I talked about what I was hoping to get today. This man came out in full gear. I don't know the last person that I can remember. I've never been to Comic-Con, but as far as, from photos and all that stuff, the last person I remember coming up to stage in costume was Loki. And I would imagine when this dude here, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, aka Black Adam, came out on stage in full getup, I bet you people were freaking the hell out. I would have, because I mean, look, this is crazy. This is a commitment. Zachary Levi coming on stage with his 80s outfit from Miami Vice. But my man The Rock came out in full gear. I know he ended up switching his costume and changing his street clothes a little bit later, but this is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. This is how again, people forget. He's a showman. He comes from the WWF, WWE, and he knows how to electrify the crowd. He knows that he has been hyping this film up for the last 40 years, and the time has come to change the power scale of the DCEU, as he always says. So that's pretty dope, man. That's how you put on a performance, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. The people's champs know what to do. Yeah, he's doing the whole get up there. He floated on stage. What? Oh, okay, I see it now. He's like on a little platform that he probably, oh man, that's dope as hell, which explains the lightning. He was probably projecting the powers to the crowd. That's dope, man. That's so cool. Again, that's Hall H. It's a show. You're supposed to get people excited. I know sometimes trailers are exciting, photos are exciting, but you got to put a show on for the people, right? You got to get the people excited. And again, that's why he's the people's champ, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Okay, so the film is cut. They showed the final cut to the crew. That's pretty dope. That's awesome. Okay, we got Adam Smasher. He popped up on stage, and then the young lady that's playing Cyclone, I think is her name. Got it out, Thor. Okay, so they came out. Did Dr. Fate, was he on? Okay, and there's The Rock. Yeah, he switched. I mean, damn, this dude's the Flash. How quick did he change his outfits from one to the next? Man, I would have loved to have been there when he came out on stage like that. That is so cool. This man is a G, man. No padding, ladies and gentlemen. That's all The Rock. That's all him. I mean, the man works out in his sleep. I mean, come on. This is crazy. He's born to play this character. Let's see. We got some quotes here. The director says this film is a Dirty Harry-like character because how he operates in a gray area, breaking down. Yeah, we kind of know that from the trailer. The Rock says he will usher in. Okay, The Rock says the Black Adam will usher in a new era for the DC films. Very interesting comments there, Rock. My mind immediately goes to he's referring to the JSA and getting them involved and again building out this goddamn universe. Again, I love my solo Batman outings. It's not necessarily tied to anything. The Joker outings, all that stuff is great. But eventually, I would like to see these heroes and villains meet each other, right? So I love that. So I would imagine JSA. But again, in his universe, when we see the film in October, who else is in this world? Because it seems like from the trailer, there's no other presence of any other superheroes besides the JSA. So I'm very curious if his world has a Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League characters, or if it is, again, when the Flash comes in, it's going to reshape, the fabric of reality or whatnot. So very intriguing there, those comments. But again, I think he's referring to the new era being, hence the JSA. In this film, you see two metahumans really trying to figure out being superheroes. Okay, so they're just gaining their power. Excuse me. Something going down my throat there. They are just kind of realizing their powers as metahumans. So the JSA, it seems like they're going to be forming as well. So they haven't been in existence as long. Okay, that's interesting. Which makes me think Hawkman and Dr. Fate probably this is probably like they're rebuilding their team, because I would imagine there was probably an original JSA. And let's look at this goddamn suit, man. Damn, that is so clean. Jesus. This is such a clean suit, bro. That is so clean. And I love this Hodge, man. He's a great actor. I'm very excited to see. If I'm being honest, I kind of casted him as Jon Stewart, but we got some other great actors that can put on that mantle. But he says here he didn't believe he got the role. He told me, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, hey man, it was about damn time. That man is a hard worker and a great. We got the Shazam family again. He's a great actor, man. So I'm glad DC picked him up. Okay, Dwayne Johnson says, who will win in a fight between him and Superman? Pound for pound, they're pretty close, which is true. This guy here. It all depends on who is playing Superman. Come on, Rock. What kind of shit is that? Come on, man. Who is all dependent on? Oh, man. We're going to talk about Superman, or the lack of Superman today. But just thinking about it in my head. Yes, how exciting it would have been to have Henry Cavill come up on stage and say that he's coming back. But then how much more exciting would it be? Let me put this in the chat. Well, I don't even have the chat pulled up, but I'm going to put a vote in the chat. we'll say that for later when we get to the Superman conversation. And I'll just tease the question I'm going to pose to you all in the chat here in a little bit. Would it have been more exciting to have hadn't gotten Henry Cavill as Superman, coming back as Superman on stage today, or would it be more exciting to see him pop up in a film, post credit, in credit, whatever you want to call it, at the end of his film coming out in October? Which one would have been? And I'll pose that in the chat here in a little bit. But which one would be more exciting? So we'll leave that to when we get to the lack of Superman on stage today. Okay, so let's scroll up. What else do we got here? Let's see. Viola Davis. What? Viola Davis returns as Amanda Waller, and that's breaking news. Is that not exciting? Because first off, Academy Award winning, one of the greatest actresses of our generation, if you ask me, she is coming. Okay, so that just okay. 5 minutes ago, I said, okay, what's the greater universe here? Amanda Waller, is this the Amanda Waller within the realm of the Suicide Squad? I'm talking about James Gunn, Suicide Squad, and also, the other Suicide Squad film. Is this the same Amanda Waller from Peacemaker? The mother of Adebayo's character. And so, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, so they seem to be planting the seeds that this is connected, because again, we don't know which version. Again, they could play different versions of this character because we are in the multiverse in the DC universe, or at least we're getting to that with Flash and all that stuff. Okay, that's exciting. So, like, oh my, is she working with the JSA? Is she hunting Black Adam? Is she having other members that tried to get Black Adam and they were killed in the process? Is she going to make a call to maybe someone else that can compete with him, Superman? Oh my, okay. This is breaking news to me. I didn't know Amanda Waller was coming back, so that's awesome. Now I'm just speculating on what this could mean for the film and the whole Argus situation and her team and who she's. Oh man, that's awesome. I love that news. That's okay. So here's the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I'm praying that they don't pull the stream down. But let me play the trailer from the beginning because I have not seen it. I'm gonna probably leave it at that screen size so I can kind of fake out the algorithm. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Let me know if you guys can hear this in the chat. I'm gonna play this trailer because I haven't seen it yet. So give me a 1 in the chat. I'm gonna play it for like 10 seconds. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear it. Give me a 2 if you can't. So let me just tease it right quick because I haven't seen
not
it.
A gift, but a curse.
Let it play. So let me know. I'm gonna pause it. Can you guys hear that? Let me get a 1 in the chat or a 2 in the chat because I haven't seen this trailer yet. Okay, 1. Okay, so you guys can. Okay, sweet. So let me play it from the beginning, and then shout out to everyone. We got some more people in the chat. Let's see who just popped in here, showing some love. What's up? We got Tyrian. What's up, bro? How we doing, man? What's up, E in the chat? What's going on, Tyrian? Oh snap, your dog. Yeah, it's Thor. Yeah, he's over there making a muck. He's gonna probably join me later today when the Marvel panel comes on because he's a big Marvel fan. But no, yeah, he's a Pomeranian Pekingese, so it's kind of funny. Thor, he's like a little dude, but he causes a lot of thunder and chaos. Little crazy guy. Maybe if Tyrese cries, why are you somebody up, man? That dude is another level, man. if you ask The Rock, he does not want Tyrese anywhere near the DC universe. DC needs to come out. Yeah, they do. Okay, so everyone can hear it. All right, so I'm gonna play this trailer. I'm gonna try to play around because I don't want the stream to be taken down. So I might like pause it, stop it, pause it, minimize it, make it bigger, make it smaller. Because again, I don't want the stream to be taken down. So again, you guys, I haven't seen this trailer yet, so you will be seeing my reaction for the first time. So let me rewind this thing and see what we got here. All right, let's turn this up. Make sure the audio's up here. You guys can hear it. All right, let's do this. See you on the other side. Shit, wrong button. All right, here we go. All right, let me pause it because let me just make sure the stream's still good. Let me make sure we're still live. And you and Warner Brothers ain't like, who is this movie files? Why is he showing our trailer? Let me just make sure the stream is strong. But first off, while I'm doing that, goddamn, that looks clean. That looks clean, DC. The Rock, like, listen here, you jabronis. I don't give a damn if this is my first outing. You're gonna give me that 250 million budget to make this look clean. All right, let's see here. It looks like the stream is still strong. All right, so we haven't been caught yet. All right, let's keep it that way. Let's keep it on hush. They won't find us and they won't pull us down. Let me see the stream strength. Let me okay, saying that we're good. We're good. All right, so let me go ahead and continue to play it. All right. God damn, that CGI looking clean, man. God damn. All right, Dr. Fate. Oh my goodness, let's go.
I got him.
Hold on, let me rewind that because did he come out like a report or something? Hold on.
You had two paths.
First off, I said it the other day and I say it again. Dr. Fate will body Doctor Strange, first and foremost. Not that it's a DC versus Marvel conversation. I just want to put that out there. There are multiple versions of Doctor. So I've read some of Dr. Fate's comments, not a lot, but I've my Dr. Fate knowledge comes from DC video games, Inhumans, but playing all those games and stuff like that, and then getting some of the backstory from the video game stuff. Very incredible character. Dates back to again JSA, and it just fascinating character with just the power scales of just crazy. He is fighting Black Adam. While someone's throwing a car, I would imagine this might be Hawkman or someone else, a part of the crew. Goodness gracious. All right, hold on. Let me go back a little bit here. Jesus. So, yeah, this is manipulation. He's probably, doing some of his tricks. And, okay, so that's Cyclone. So, yeah, it is a JSA. They're trying to take him down. Again, is this Amanda Waller?
You had two paths.
Seen that. Okay, let's see this. So, look at that. So, he has his own, like, people are worshiping him. He has like his own city, his own little land or something like that. And people are looking up to him and worshiping him and, praying to him. That's interesting. Very, very interesting there. Because apparently the big villain is the devil. I can't think of I'm not a big Black Adam comic book reader because I mentioned earlier I didn't read a lot of Shazam growing up. But I heard that the villain of this film is like the devil. So I wonder if he made a deal with the devil to come back and give him everything he ever wanted, his own land, his own people worshiping him. And I wonder if it backfired and all that stuff. So I wonder, again, because I know his son, from what I remember, his son sacrifices himself. And I wonder, again, if he made a deal with the devil to resurrect my child, to get vengeance, to get power, and it kind of backfired. Now the devil is coming back for his, collecting his debt. So let's see. Oops, sorry. Seen that
World
shot?
needed a hero.
They got me.
Instead, it got me.
Man. Bruh. That suit is so clean. That suit is so clean.
Instead, it got me.
Bruh. My man. He's not even phased. He's not even phased by Hawkman. I wonder if Hawk Girl, if they're gonna play into that whole, they resurrect themselves and they die and come back. I wonder if Hawk Girl is gonna be at all involved. Jeez. Man, let's go. I actually like that more than the full trailer, yeah, or not even this is not even a full trailer because we still don't know the story. So these are just teasers, more or less. Yeah, I will be seeing it in the biggest and best screen possible. Did you like that, Thor? Pretty dope trailer, right, bro? Yeah, that was dope, man. I'm excited. I'm ready for this, man. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for Black Adam to tear down the DC universe and bring in a new era, as he says. Man, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I mean, The Rock's looking great. Amanda Waller, again, is she working with the JSA? Does she send in her Suicide Squad to take on the JSA? And again, this is where my mind works. Again, if you've seen Peacemaker, light spoilers, but based on how Peacemaker ended, she's no longer the head of Argus because of what her daughter did, for good reasons. So I wonder if we're playing in that world, which, by the way, John Cena's in that world, which by the way, Peacemaker couldn't stand couldn't even last 2 seconds in the ring with the Black Adam. Man, this just makes me think. But anyway, let's stick to the film. You know, this is where my mind goes, this greater universe. But okay, we got an idea that the JSA is, you know, Dr. Fate is trying to, you know, get him on his side. You can use your powers for good, or you can be the destroyer, as he says. And he's clearly out for vengeance. He's out for blood. He's lost his son. You know, that was centuries ago. So I wonder, like, what is his driving force? Like, whoever killed your son centuries ago, they're no longer here. Were you going to kill their family tree or whatnot? So that's where again, from the stuff I've seen online, that the devil, literally the devil, I don't know the actual character's name. I don't know if they're going to call him the devil, but that's his main villain in the film. So I wonder if he's like out for fighting the devil, for, you know, taking everything away from him, for making a deal with the devil, and he crossed them, or whatever the case may be. So I don't know, man, but I just know those visuals are clean. Those suits are clean. The JSA looking good. Nick, the guy that's playing Adam Smash, I've seen him in some of the rom-coms. We'll see what he can deliver as far as his acting chop goes. And I'm not too familiar with the young lady that's playing Cyclone, but I'm gonna give him a shot, man. I'm gonna give him a shot. I'm gonna give this film a shot because I'm very excited for Black Adam. The Rock has been promoting this since he was a baby, and it's here now. And he's committed, and I'm committed. So I'm hoping October 21st is a pretty good date too for a comic book movie. We all remember what Joker did 4 years ago at the box office, or 3 years ago at the box office. It absolutely killed it. But at the same time, great word of mouth. So I hope this film has good word of mouth. I hope it's a good movie. I really do. I really want this film to succeed. But let me know in the chat how you all are feeling. And The Rock is giving everyone free IMAX tickets. That's what's up. See, this is why he's the people's champ. This is why there's the Tyrese thing over here. This is why this man is the people champ, man. That suit is so dope. Again, very Superman-ish, which we'll talk about here in a second. The look and design and the little encryptions and the symbols. That is such it. And this is all The Rock. There's no padding at all. This is just chickens and milk and protein and working out in 19 hours. Jesus. Okay. Was there anything else from the Black Adam panel before we talk about Superman? Oh, what did he do? What did he do here? What did he do? What's he doing? Oh, what did the thing say?
Thank you. So
The Rock active. Oh, that's cool. So everyone had like, who's that woman screaming? Okay, that's cool. Again, people's champ, man. This is okay. And that's the end. That is the end. No, they got the House of the Dragons, which I'm excited for. Oh, let's look at that. Look at these suits, bro. Jesus, man. Clean. And he got some images here. This is JSA trying to bring him in, calm him down, you know, fighting fire with fire. Got the hood on again. Dr. Fate versus, oh man, this is gonna be so, like, y'all don't even know, man. When y'all, for those that aren't too familiar with Dr. Fate, the man is a G, bro. The power skill sets is just next level, bro. So yeah, again, let me know in the chat, man, how we're feeling about Shazam after what we got, the new trailer, new teaser, all that fun stuff. How do we all feel about Black Adam with the new teaser? The Rock saying that he's gonna bring in a new era of the JSA, or the new era of the DC universe, aka the JSA. Amanda Waller has been confirmed to be in this film, which again, is this the Amanda Waller from the Suicide Squad, from the Peacemaker, who, again, based on Peacemaker, she's no longer the head of Argus. So that's very intriguing. Or is this another Elseworld story, Elseworld characters with Amanda Waller? Very interesting stuff there. So next bit of news here, and I think it's trending. Was it trending earlier? I think I saw it trending. Henry Cavill. Let's see. Henry Cavill. I don't know why it's trending, because let's talk about it. Yeah, I don't know why it would be trending, because he didn't even come. Henry is the best Superman. Okay, no, I don't even. Oh, these are like trending from yesterday. Okay, let's see the latest news. I know people are disappointed. And now people are just putting out false stuff like Superman versus that Black Adam, Batman's, blah blah blah. all right, elephant in the room. This guy here, he didn't pop up. You know, there was rumors. This perfectly summarizes us as fans right now. It's just like, just sit in a chair and like, well, maybe next time. Maybe next time. The rumor was earlier this week that Henry Cavill was rumored to be appearing as Kal-El. That he was going to come on stage, either announce that he was going to be in Black Adam or announce that there was some, you know, him as Superman is still in the works. So they're figuring things out. They want to get, you know, a film out to the fans. It's been 13 or 10 years since we got in Man of Steel, and that they were going to get him back in the suit. But unfortunately, that did not happen. You know, which that's happens, man. That's life, you know. That's how life works, folks. We don't always get what we want. So again, is it sad? Is it heartbreaking? Did I want to see him on stage? Of course, man. Of course. Because I mean, this guy stands no chance. Let's call it spade. Let's call it what it is, man. Shazam right now has no chance. I don't care how many family members he has. He doesn't stand a chance. But if he would have had, you know, Kal-El, this guy, maybe the chances are significantly higher. Listen, Henry Cavill's doing his thing right now, man. I don't blame him, you know, as far as like if I was in his position. He's got The Witcher. Fantastic show, by the way. We've covered it on his channel. Love that show. Toss your coin to The Witcher. Love that show. He's got that going on. He did his thing in Mission Impossible. You know, I can't even do it. You know, he's got his stuff going on with Highlander, apparently. He has a new film with my man Matthew Vaughn, which it's like a spy film, which if you haven't seen Man from U.N.C.L.E., so underrated. But he can play spy, and a lot of people want to see him as the next Bond, which I'm here for. But this whole Man of Steel debacle, man, this whole situation at hand, it's baffling to me that Warner Brothers hasn't like figured it out. It's really crazy to me that they haven't figured it out. I mean, of course, you don't want to force something if there's money involved and there's plans involved. But I mean, when the fans are this excited about an actor who, by the way, Henry Cavill is not a schmuck. I just mentioned all the stuff this man's been doing and the stuff he's created over the last, 10 years since he's been in, obviously, we saw him in BVS, we saw him in Justice League, and so forth. But I mean, the fact that they haven't figured it out yet, it's just so crazy to me. When the fans are wanting it, you have the actor that wants it. You have an actor that's committed to the role, that loves playing the character, that wants to do justice to the character. Why not figure it out, man? You got all these other priorities. You got, and I'm excited for the Joker too. If it's a musical, Lady Gaga, that's cool. We got stuff with Black Adam. I love the future that we have so far. But why isn't your most recognizable character in the pantheon of all your characters you own next to Batman, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Batman and Superman are like the most recognizable symbols like across the world, not just domestically. Like literally you see a symbol of the bat, oh, that's Batman. You see the S on the chest, oh, that's Superman. Very recognizable. Why haven't they figured it out? That to me is just like, if I'm David Zaslav, I think is the new CEO that came over from Discovery and bought the company and all that stuff. And if I'm David Zaslav, man, I'm like, the first thing we're doing is putting Superman back on the map. We got Batman with Matt Reeves doing his thing. Got his universe building. We're wrapping up the trilogy with Wonder Woman. We got $1 billion Aquaman. We got the Flash that we'll figure out eventually. We got some pieces, man, but the pieces we're missing, the main piece we're missing is Superman. Why can't we figure it out, DC? Why are we dragging our feet and we hear rumors about Black Superman and Michael B. Jordan and sure, all that stuff is cool, but if you can't even figure out your main Superman, why would I put my time and effort and energy and excitement and you working on other Superman projects when you can't even get your main Superman right? And I'm hoping that Supergirl is great. That young lady, I can't think of her name right now. I'm hoping the best for her. It's a shitty situation that she's in with the whole Flash situation, and this is supposed to be her big breakout moment. But that film's kind of having an asterisk on it because of everything that them and they are doing as far as Ezra Miller is concerned. But I just want Superman. And this is, and let me put this in perspective. I'm growing up, I wasn't even a big Superman fan. I told you at the beginning of the stream, I'm a DC fan. I grew up with DC comics. I'm Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash. Those were kind of my three characters that I really kind of gravitated towards. I just love their stories and the comics and the games and the movies, especially Batman. That's my favorite comic book character of all time. And I was just like, Superman's cool, and I saw 77 Superman and I appreciate it when I was younger, but I much more have appreciated the older I've gotten. And I respect the hell out of, Christopher Reeves and everything he brought. I mean, if it wasn't for him, it wasn't for, that film, comic book movies wouldn't even be what we know it to be now. So he planted the foundation, all that stuff. And again, I love that film, actually. The older I've gotten, the more I love Superman. But in particularly Henry Cavill Superman. I know that everyone doesn't like Man of Steel, and this is just my opinion. I think Man of Steel is one of the best comic book movies ever made. That's just my personal opinion of the matter. I know there's some, how people feel about how they handle Jonathan Kent and the tornado scene and the killing, and I get all that stuff. But for me, just from beginning to end, a narrative of just kind of a grounded superhero of that capabilities of what Superman is able to do, I just thought Zack Snyder did a good job. A great job, if I'm being honest with you. And the visual effects and the fighting him and Zod. God, I will find him, Laura. I will find. Man, that movie. I'm about to watch Man of Steel when we get done with this stream, matter of fact. But neither here nor there, man. I'm a Man of Steel fan. I'm a Henry Cavill fan. I don't get why Warner Brothers is playing games and they're just like, Henry Cavill hasn't officially said he's done. Warner Brothers hasn't officially said they're done. They're playing this will they, won't they, rom-com. Will they date? Will they not? I'm tired of it. Let's just nip it in the bud. Can we figure this out, man? I've said enough. But anyway, let me put up the poll. I said I had a poll for you all regarding Superman. And the question I'm going to pose to you all at home, which, by the way, we got 136 people. Shout out to y'all if you haven't already. Thumbs up, share, continue the conversation in the comments. Let's do the damn thing. The question I'm going to have for you all is, which would you? I'm referring to Superman. For Superman, Henry on stage at CSC came out on stage. Henry comes out on stage. Or would you have preferred for Henry's Superman appearing in Black Adam? So essentially, I'm saying, would you have want the cat out of the bag today? Let me just make sure. All right, I'm gonna put that poll in the chat now. Would you have preferred to have seen Henry Cavill come on stage today and say, hey, listen, guys, I appreciate the support. I love the support. I love this character. We're figuring things out. And that guy on stage right now, we're going to cross paths one day. Would you have loved to have seen him on stage today? And they didn't even have to say he's in Black Adam, but just alluding to we're working things out. We're figuring things out. I want this character to be back on the screen. Or would you just rather keep it on the hush? And maybe, just maybe, Superman is actually in Black Adam. Let me know in the chat. The poll's up now. Let's see what you all would prefer. Let me answer my own question. Now, looking at hindsight, right? He didn't come up on stage today. But if I'm, David Zaslav or whatever his CEO's name, I'm like, listen. Yes, how exciting would it have been to have 6,500, 7,000 people in a room, plus the millions of tweets, retweets. We own the weekend. We own Comic-Con. Sure, that's cool. And then, it leaves a lot up for interpretation. Okay, will he be in Black Adam? Will we get a Man of Steel 2 in a couple of years? There's that prospect. The other prospect is we got Black Adam coming out October 21st. The CGI to me looks like it's $200 million. Like minimum. I could be completely wrong, but it looks very clean. You have you have an ensemble cast, you got some visual effects. When you have a character that can fly, automatically your visual effects budget is going to be, ballooned because of the visual effects that are required to make it look as real as possible. So I'm saying $200 million or less, or minimum as far as their budget of this film. We spent 200 million. And again, he's adapting the company. He didn't spend, that was a call before he was even in the chair. So we got this $200 million film with The Rock, who is a megastar. I don't care how you all feel about it. If you like his films, don't like his film, he is a star, regardless. If you don't, he is a star. There's no questions around that. We got this star, but we got this character that a lot of people aren't familiar with. We have the JSA, who a lot of people aren't familiar with, a new IP. We're going against Marvel. There's all the question marks about the, where does this connect to that? Does this connect to this? We need this film to be successful because we want The Rock and Black Adam and these characters to, as The Rock says, enter in this new generation of DC. Why don't we save Mr. Cavill for this film? Leave it as a surprise, and let's bring people into the theater by creating word of mouth. Yo, did you see that new Black Adam film? No, man, with The Rock in them, right? Yeah. Yo, listen, go see it. Not only because it's dope and the visual effects is on point. And, you thought, man, it still was dope. Wait till you see Black Adam. The visual effects, the fighting's off the chain. But there's also Superman's in it. Superman, the Superman, he's in. Oh, yeah, it's in theaters now. Oh, let me go check it out. And then that person tells the next person, the word's out, they'll come out on the trailers, and then people are running back to the theaters. They're running back, support DC with their dollars. Black Adam makes $1 billion, and the franchise is taking off. The DCEU is taking off. Superman's back in there. If I'm the CEO, I'm taking that bet. I'm saving the GOAT. I'm saving that news for the film for I can build number one, killing two birds with one stone. We're creating the DCEU. We got your favorite Superman back, at least my favorite Superman back. But we're also showing you all this is the future. We got a Superman. We have the Superman in the universe. So come to the theaters, come support us, and the rest is history. So that's the only way I'm kind of justifying that they didn't bring him out on stage today, because it would have owned the weekend. But greater picture, bigger picture, dollars play it to the effect, right? So that's what I'm thinking. And again, this is all hearsay. The Rock, this might just be his film with the JSA and Amanda Waller, little allusions and Easter eggs alluding to the future, the bigger universe. No Superman. So that might not happen. But if what I said comes true, I think that would be a huge boost for a film that I'm already excited for, but a huge boost for a film that, would create so much buzz and conversation. So that's just my 2 cents on the matter as far as The Rock is concerned, as far as Henry Cavill's concerned. But let's see what you all are talking about. And then we'll wrap it up and get things ready for tonight's stream for, I'm going to switch outfits. I'm going to put on my Marvel gear, all that stuff going. But let's see what you guys are talking about here. All right, let's see what we had last. Let's see. Looks better than previous. So I'm way behind in the chat. Forgive me, guys. I was on my little soapbox for a little bit there. So let me go back. Andrew says it looks better than. I agree, Andrew. The Black the Black Adam trailer is definitely, even though we still don't know much of the story, I just think that it felt more impactful. And also seeing Dr. Fate versus Black Adam and Black Adam versus Hawkman was pretty dope. Why does he have the same logo? So to let you know, I'm not an expert by any means. Like I said, didn't read the Black Adam comics, nor did I read the Shazam comics. I've seen the animated movie that they had when they fought each other and Superman was fighting too. They come from the same pantheon of like the power sets and even in Shazam, Caitlin, if you've seen Shazam, they actually mention the Hassoun's character says that there was another Shazam-like character that they invoked the power to that character. They were alluding to Black Adam. So they're cut from the same cloth, more or less. But they obviously have taken different paths. Exactly. Andrew, thank you. Again, I'm catching up on the chat. So, but yeah, pretty much like he said. Let's see. Caitlin says, is this movie set in the same universe? Great question, Caitlin. That's we don't know, right? Like I mentioned earlier, they did mention that Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis, will be in the film. So again, it kind of leaves it up to, is that the same character from the Suicide Squad from James Gunn? Is that the same character from Peacemaker? I guess we got to find out October 21st. DC disappointed again. The Comic-Con LOL. Why? I never believed those Reddit rumors about Cavill, much less. Yeah, we talked about, as you know, we talked about it here. But yeah, it is, it's sad. It's disappointing. But hey, stuff happens. Do you think you could conquer a Dwayne Tyrion? You know what? Hell yeah, I could. Nah, I'll have to really prepare myself. But I would take on any challenge. I would take on any challenge. I would probably fail miserably, just embarrass myself for the first time. But I would prepare myself. I would prepare myself. Let's see here. I call Aquaman, Black Panther underwater. That's funny. Similarities, kings, and all that stuff. He's too big and everything. Hey, I said it yesterday, and definitely respect your opinion, but I think sometimes people forget that he does come from wrestling, and he's shown. And I used to watch wrestling back in the day. He's shown that he can get to those. He's played heels. He can be a villain. We've never really seen him because he's the hero in all the films. But I think, and I'm not saying he's an Oscar-winning type of actor, but I think he's going to prove a lot of us wrong come October. I might be wrong, but I think he's going to prove a lot of people that he does have the skills. Underwhelming panel for DC overall. Have to say it. I've been holding off saying it and keep it hidden anymore. Their priorities have been pretty upside down. It's again, they're figuring it out, and they have been for 11 years now. But hey, sometimes some people take a little bit longer to discover themselves, to figure stuff out. So the Batman's looking good. James Gunn and everything he got going on with his universe is looking good, and Black Adam's looking good. Shazam's looking solid. So the future's bright, man. But it was a bit, I was hoping for again that besides the Henry Cavill stuff, I was hoping for maybe just giving us the slate of what you all, Batgirl is coming to theaters, or she's going to HBO Max. Can we get a release date? Blue Beetle. I don't know why they didn't bring them out on stage and get that hype train going. I know they got the stuff going on with the Flash, but again, Batgirl and Blue Beetle information today would have been a little bit more exciting as well. Peacemaker 2, season 2, what's going on there? James Gunn, he's going to probably be on stage later tonight. So yeah, they blew their load on just 2 of their IPs that are immediately coming out this year, October and December. So that makes sense. But I thought it would have been a little bit more well-rounded to have the other stuff that you guys have in the works. Again, Blue Beetle, Batgirl, what's going on with the other TV show that James Gunn is apparently working on that they haven't let out yet. So I mean, I don't know if they've announced this. It's Fandom this year. Are they doing another DC Fandom? So again, they're probably doing we might be disappointed tonight with Marvel, which we'll talk about obviously later. But, there's rumors out there that Marvel's just not going to have a lot of stuff tonight. It's going to be Black Panther and She-Hulk, which is enough, to be honest with you all. But, the whole, is Fantastic Four, is X-Men, is the next, Marvel Avengers film going to be announced? So they might be saving a lot of that for D23, a la what DC probably did today is like, hey, we're going to save Henry Cavill. We're going to save, all that stuff for their DC fandom, because at the end of the day, it's a business. And a lot of these companies don't want to give everything to another company. Even though it is part of the fandom and you want to get people excited, they have their own things that they want to promote. So we'll see. We will see. Shazam, I'm still Netflix. Oh yeah, they even brought out Paul Dano. Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool. And I love that. I love that Paul Dano is so invested in this world, and he loves what Matt Reeves and him was able to craft with the Riddler. And in the Riddler's, obviously, spoiler alert, he didn't die in the Batman, which I love that, because you can build the rogues gallery out, because you ask me, Batman has the best rogues gallery of any superhero out there. You heard it here. I stand behind that. But I love that, man. I love that Paul Dano is so entrenched and so invested in his character. He went out and created a comic book character or a comic book with his prequel. That's so cool to me. I love that. That is so awesome. This shows the commitment and just how much they are invested. I haven't watched Supergirl or Stargirl. I'm sorry, but I heard it was good. Let's see. I guess there is only one Kevin Feige. There is. I mean, literally, literally, there's only one Kevin Feige, because he's his own person. He's his own individual. But unless we're talking about the multiverse. But no, there is. As far as what your sentiment of your statement is, there's only they got their stuff figured out. They have a person that knows the plan, that implements the plan, that sticks to the plan, and we have what we have now with the Marvel Cinematic Universe versus the DC. There's CEOs coming in and out. There's actors, coming in and out of roles, and there's behind the scenes issues, and it's just a mess. So yeah, I understand your sentiment there. Let's see here. Cavill is the new Bond. It's a franchise, Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, if it decided to recommit Superman, it'd be hard pressed to find time. Nah, to be honest with you, they can make it work. They can make it work. I definitely understand. That's a lot. I don't James. If he gets James Bond, yeah, that's a huge commitment. But they don't make James. To be fair, James Bond films it takes like 4 years to make those. So that wouldn't be an issue because it takes a while for them to get from one film to the next. So I wouldn't see that being an issue. The Witcher, I don't really see that being an issue because they shoot those shows within like a 4 to 5 month span. He shoots it, done with it. Like they're probably in the middle of season 3 now, and I don't, to be honest with you, and also the Sherlock Holmes stuff. He's a supporting character. That's Millie Bobby Brown, really, who's leading that story, and obviously he's in it as the brother as Sherlock Holmes, but that's more of her thing. So yeah, I totally understand. He has a lot of stuff on his plate, but those scheduling they can make it work. Trust me, they can make it work if they needed to make it work. Look at Tom Holland. I mean, my man is he's Nathan Drake. He has a TV show coming out later this year on Apple TV Plus or next year. He's working with other projects. I mean, you can make it happen if you wanted to. It's just a matter of if he wants to, if they want to, they can make it happen. Let's see here. Tyrion saying one thing I learned about Superman today is that he originally could not fly but run really fast. Oh, cool. Speed came from Jesse Owens. Oh, that's pretty dope. That's pretty good. Again, I didn't grow up as a Superman fan, so Tyrion dropping that knowledge on us, folks. Yes, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's see here. Didn't like the music choice. I didn't really pay attention to the music, which I guess speaks to the music. I didn't really pay attention to it because it didn't stand out, so it probably wasn't as impactful as it could have been for sure. Yeah, they only gave, which again, I'm not defending it, but I'm just looking at it. We are Comic-Con. We're coming to Comic-Con today, and we're going to present the things that we have shot, we have edited, that is ready to go, and it's coming out this year. And coming out this year in October is Black Adam. Coming out in December is Shazam. That's the only thing that we have for DC this year as far as movies go. So by the, they did what's ready and shot and lock and loaded in the canon. So I get all that. But again, you want to create hype. You want to create buzz. Again, I think it would have been a cool idea to bring out, some logos, the Batgirl films looking good. Here's some concept art. Here's our cast, behind the scenes. We got Blue Beetle. We just finished wrapping that film coming out to theaters next year. It would have been cool to get some of that stuff. But again, like I remind you all, this is a business. I don't know if DC Fandom is this year. I would imagine it is. They're going to probably give us all that stuff that we missed today. Even maybe Henry Cavill, that's going to be at DC Fandom. And again, kind of tempering expectations. This might be the same thing we see tonight with Marvel. Black Panther's coming out later this year. She-Hulk's coming out next month, and that's all we're going to get. And then D23, X-Men, Fantastic Four cast and director, the next Avengers title, the next phase and all that stuff. They're going to probably leave that for D23 because that's their Comic-Con. So that's kind of the future of what we're getting here. And it makes sense because it's a business at the end of the day. The rest of the day, right now, for my House of Dragon fans, I'm going to check that out a little bit here. They got that going on, I think. Well, no, Lord of the Rings was yesterday. So it was House of the Dragons. And then I can't remember what's after that. But then Marvel's 7 my time. So Marvel will be tonight. That's the big one. That's the headliner. So that's the big one that I'm looking forward to. And I'm going to be doing another stream tonight, by the way, guys. Talking everything Marvel. Yeah, I did not expect him to be there or them to be there at all or that film to be there at all. So, yeah, that was surprising. And I'm surprised people were expecting that as well. Yeah. A couple weeks ago where people making up fake reports. Yeah. And I covered it too. I was just like, hey, now I do think there, Black Panther is a guarantee and She-Hulk's a guarantee. But I do think Marvel, to be honest with you all, I do think Marvel will have a big announcement, like at least one big announcement. It might not be Fantastic Four, but remember 2019's Blade? That's how they ended the show. I think they're going to bring Mahershala Ali out, and no trailer, obviously, because they haven't even shot the film, but something Blade related. I think we're going to get at least one bombshell to get people excited for Marvel, obviously, but also, hey, more to come at D23 in September in a month and a half or so. So I think that there will be at least one bombshell announcement from Marvel tonight, just to kind of, just laugh at DC and be like, you guys are cute. You guys are cute. But yeah, I think we will gonna get one thing coming from DC or Marvel tonight as far as big announcement. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like I said, I feel bad for the people that I don't listen. People at Comic Con is having a blast. It's a comic convention. You know, you got people in cosplay. You're seeing some of your heroes, and you're meeting some of your friends that you probably haven't seen in years. So I'm sure people are having fun, but I'm also sure there are some people that are maybe upset and was hoping for Henry Cavill, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, you know, it is a business, and D23, they're gonna probably drop most of their bombshells, and like I said, DC Fandom will be another outlet for where we're going to get a lot of those other announcements. So, but I think we're going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we talked about Shazam, we talked about Black Adam, we talked about Superman, we talked about the possibilities of the future, of what's to come, and it's been a lot of fun. I thank you all again. I'm going to probably get things set up here in a little bit for a stream. Again, I believe Marvel is 7 p.m., so I'm going to probably go live 8:30, probably like an hour presentation. So probably 8 we'll be going live. We might actually like watch it. Well, not watch it, but we might actually start when their panel starts and just do the whole Twitter thing again and just do like live reaction. And then we'll, you know, react to it live, obviously. So expect that later tonight. Again, I know there's going to be a lot of other people streaming, so it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a lot of content creators making content, which I love to see. But if you guys have the time for me, we'll be back later tonight talking about the Marvel panel, which again, correct me if I'm wrong. Let me look it up. Matter of fact, let me look up the Marvel panel. I want to say it's 7 o'clock, at least my time, which means it's 8 o'clock Eastern time and 5 o'clock West Coast time. Let's see, Marvel. No, let me see. SDCC schedule. Okay. So Marvel. Okay. So tonight, Marvel's presentation for you all at home will be at 8 p.m. East Coast time, which means it's 7 p.m. Central time, which means it's 5 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. So for all those at home, we will be back I'm going to probably go live at 7. We're going to go live as soon as it starts, and we'll do the Twitter thing and look at it as far as as the announcements come out. We'll probably get that Black Panther trailer. We'll probably get some She-Hulk footage. And I think one more big bombshell. So go ahead and mark your calendars tonight, 7 p.m. Hope you all can join me to talk more Marvel and all that stuff. So in the meantime, thank you again for the love. We got some super chats that came in earlier. We got some thumbs ups. We got some great comments. We had some great dialogue. And I thank you all again. I'm going to switch my wardrobe, rocking some Marvel stuff, and have some discussions about Marvel and the big announcements they have for us later tonight. So again, thank you. Before you leave, thumbs up. Leave your thoughts in the chat of this video. Subscribe if this is your first time tuning in. You know, we do these things. We talk Marvel, we talk DC, we talk other stuff too. But I'm a big comic book fan, so definitely come and join the community if you haven't already. So with all that being said, we'll catch you guys in a few hours. Peace out, everybody.